And so the king watched as Sama went down to the river to fetch water. All the animals surrounded him as they usually did. When the king found the right moment, he let his arrow fly. Right as Sama was getting up, the arrow pierced his chest. Sama, instead of being afraid, tried to position the water jar as best he could and fell onto his side. Even in his moment of danger, he was concerned for his parents' well-being. The animals around him fled in terror. Sama, not seeing the king, reflected aloud. Who could have wounded me while I fetched water? Whoever you are, you cannot eat my flesh, nor use my skin. What use is it to kill me? The king observed that even though Sama was gravely wounded, he did not yell insults or express anger. Instead, he spoke gently. The king, realizing he made a grave mistake, approached Sama.
I am King Piliyaka, the king of the Kasis. I left my throne to roam the forest and hunt deer. I am greatly skilled in archery, and once I take aim, no animal or naga can escape me. Now please tell me, who are you?
Sama thought, if I lied, he would believe me, but one must tell the truth. I am known as Sama. I am the son of an outcast hunter. I am here to bring water to my blind parents, whom I look after and care for. All I care about now is how they will survive out here without me. I have barely gathered a week's supply of food for them, and they are already out of water. I fear not my own death, but the pain my mother will feel when she realizes that I never came home. I fear not my own death, but the pain my father will feel when he realizes that his only son is dead. They will go wandering in the forest looking for their son, who will never return again. This is what I fear. Then the king thought, in what kind of hell will I find myself after killing a noble son who cares for his parents? The king then told Sama,
O worthy Sama, great Sama, do not despair. I will take care of your parents.
Sama weakly responded, Great and kind-hearted king, I thank you for helping my blind and helpless parents. I greatly appreciate your kindness. And after giving his final message, Sama became unconscious. The king, understanding Sama was dead, thought, I am so vile and so evil. My actions are unforgivable. Hell is surely my destination. However, if I leave now, who will know my name? Who will know what I did? At that very moment, a daughter of the gods named Bahu Sodari, who had previously been a mother to the Porisat 7 existences ago, came to check on Sama. When she saw what happened, she realized that if she did not intervene, Sama would die, the king's heart would break, and Sama's parents would die of hunger and thirst. However, by intervening, Sama might live. The king would bring the water jar to Sama's parents, and they would live too. So Bahu Sodari made herself visible and said, King, you have done a truly wicked action. Heavy will the guilt lie upon your mind. You have killed 3 people in one evil action: a son, a father, and a mother. However, I will tell you how to find refuge for your guilt. Take the water to nurse and care for the old blind couple in the forest up the hill. The The king took Bahusodari's words to heart. He understood that if he cared for the blind parents, he would go to heaven. So, he resolved to devote himself to caring for them. He carried the water and headed towards the place where Sama's parents resided. When King Biliyaka arrived at the hut, he confessed that he had killed Sama. Dukulaka and Parika lamented out loud. However, they did not attack or reproach the king. They did not allow their grief to make them forget their place. They still respected his position and feared his wrath. The king promised them that he would henceforth serve all their needs. However, all they said was, "Please, sir, take us to our Sama, wherever he is. Please take us there so we may caress his body once more." King Biliyaka packed some supplies and led Dukulaka and Parika to Sama's body. Dukulaka and Parika caressed their son's body. Their hearts broke from the pain of knowing that their kind-hearted son had been taken from them. Why was life so cruel to one so young and good? Sama had never done any evil, but evil befell him. Parika, unable to accept that her son was dead, performed an asseveration of truth with the emotional strength of a heartbroken and grieving mother. If it is true that Sama had always lived virtuously, then may this poison lose its force and become harmless. If it is true that Sama spoke truth and nursed his parents night and day, then may this poison in his veins be overpowered. May the virtue of whatever merit his father and I have gained in former days, may its virtue overpower the poison and save our son. After she made her solemn asseveration, Sama turned. Dukulaka then made his asseveration of truth, just as Parika had before him. After he made his solemn asseveration, Sama turned around and laid on his other side. Then the goddess made herself visible and made her own solemn asseveration. "I have passed my days in these mountains and these forests. None of this earth's inhabitants are as dear to me as this being. If what I speak is the truth, may all my virtues and good deeds be dedicated to Sama. May his wounds be healed, and may he be brought back to his former vigor and strength." And before their very eyes, by the power of their asservations of truth and dedications of merit, Sama's wounds were slowly healed, and the poison left his body. As the poison left, his color returned. Along with the great being's recovery, Dukulaka and Parika regained their eyesight. Then the dawn broke. Sama rose and embraced his parents. Their hearts almost burst from the emotions that had flowed through them. King Biliyaka could not believe what he just saw. Sama took this opportunity to explain to the king that the gods and divine beings recognize the piety of beings that refrain from harming others, stealing, sexual misconduct, harmful speech, and intoxication, and those who nurse their parents and show respect. To them, the gods come to their aid. For those beings, the gods rejoice in their goodness and praise their deeds. In the next life, those beings are blessed with heaven. King Biliyaka took Sama's teachings to heart and returned to his kingdom to teach the law of morality and good deeds to his people, who were all reborn into pleasing rebirths after passing away. As for Sama, he cared for his parents until the end of their days. Sama and his parents were reborn in the Brahma world, awaiting their next rebirth. What did you learn from this story? We hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you did, and click subscribe if you want to see our uploads.